everyone. Warm welcome to today's episode. In today's episode, we have someone from Singapore. Her name is Desirae, and she has graduated from the Nanyang Technological University in 2019 with Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics. Today's topic is very different. It is all about understanding about Singapore in a truly raw and unfiltered way. So that's the reason we have someone who can give us real answers, unfiltered answers. And I wish to thank Desire for taking time from her hectic schedule to be part of this session. Thank you, Desire, for joining us.
No worries. Happy to be here.
How has been your experience of studying at the university in Singapore, the Nanyang University, and students in India, people in India who want to take up education in Singapore would like to know about the experience? If you could please share.
Okay. I think studying in NTU, like we shorten it to NTU, but I think studying there, it's pretty good. I think I quite like my professors and the classes I've been to there. A lot of research, I guess, has to be done on my part, but I mean that's every classroom that we've been in, right? But I feel like when I was in NTU, the best part for me, like the most memorable part, is when I lived in hall. So that's our student accommodations in the university. So when I was living in hall, it was it was really fun because we have all these hall activities. We also joke that we are full-time hall students, part-time actual students. But the hall activities, I think for students who want to come in, you just have to be prepared for hall activities. You will definitely get an accommodation in the school, but for hall activities, it's a different ball game per se. So there will be like publications. You can be part of the hall magazine. There will be extracurriculars like dancing. There will be fun games like billiards. There will be darts. Basketball is part of the sports program as well. So in hall, you can choose any of these activities, and it's just it's very fun because you get your own choice of things, right? I personally went for dance. I really made quite a number of good friends there that I would definitely keep for life. It's just that dance practices were very strenuous because there was a competition that we all competed for. So tiring, yes, but I honestly think it was quite worth it. It does break up the monotony of university life a little bit because if not, we will just be studying and studying and studying, and it's really it feels like a pressure cooker sometimes. But yes, all right. But yeah, I like the good mix of school life and extracurricular life that I had in university. Yeah.
Tell us more about the exams. How is it taught, and do you have like sessions that you have to attend, and after that the exam happens, and you know, so throw some light on those aspects of attending classes, exams, and how is it? Because in India it is very strict, so I would like to know how is it there.
Oh, okay. For my courses, all my modules they did not get them recorded. So like it's part of my courses curriculum that requirements that we have to be present the for the classes itself. Like not safe for the lectures, but the lectures we could skip. I mean, if we want to skip the lectures, you can skip, but it won't be recorded. So a few of us, we had like a good group where we sent someone to help us take notes, so the rest of us could sleep in. So we took turns. We had like a little roster as well. But the one thing we could not miss were the tutorials because all the questions we wanted to ask from the lecture, we will ask it during the tutorials. But it also depends whether your tutor is good at teaching the material, because we have a few tutors who are great researchers, who are really good people, but they are not very they are not clear, or they are not sure on how to teach. So yeah, there was a little bit of a difficulty in communication there. But other than that, if you would like to not attend lectures, you make sure you have a good group of friends. But I heard from other courses like engineering and yeah, actually engineering. I know engineering is recorded because a good friend of mine is over there. So he doesn't turn up for classes. He would just watch the recorded lectures online on times two speed, which is great. But yeah, I'm I'm really upset that my classes weren't recorded. But it's okay. I'm done with it.
And does what you study support the job that you are currently having? So would like to know what are you currently doing in terms of job, and what you studied, how it is supporting what you are currently doing.
Oh, okay. That's a great question. I am currently in I'm teaching preschoolers English. So a lot of phonics, a lot of breaking down how to eventually speak the language. So honestly, I think my linguistics background really helped a lot because during some of my courses, I learned what were the I had a few prejudices against Singlish because we were brought up to speak like standard English, and that Singlish was bad. So Singlish is Singapore English, and we have like a really good. I really like Singlish now. We have it's a really good variety of English that really helps me with communicating with other Singaporeans, and it makes communication so much easier. But the differences between standard English and Singlish, it was made very apparent and very clear for me. So I think when I started teaching preschoolers, um, it made it easier for me to explain to them what are the main differences, and why we can't use, like, let's say for example, the la law lays in Singapore English, like certain parts of Singlish, we can't use it in standard English. And why is this so? Because kids, they have no filter, so they will just ask you why, why this, why that, and and sometimes they really press hard at some of the sore points, and sometimes you are at a loss of words. But I think with what I learned in linguistics, it really helped navigate all these conversations with these little humans. Yeah.
And if you could throw some light on what you studied and how it is helpful to your current job.
So what I studied was linguistics. So it was like a breakdown of languages. So part of it, we do break down other languages as well. So I am bilingual. I know both Chinese and English. So um, for some students who come in and their first language is Chinese, right? They find it very hard because the structure of Chinese is very different from English. So I think with my studies in linguistics, it really helps them because I could break down and I could explain a bit better how Chinese is different from English, and how we could adjust our mindsets so that we could be able to absorb the language a little bit easier. Yeah. Linguistic does help with the breakdown quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. And any friends from the same course who took a job in some different field? Do you have some friends?
Oh yes. So we had a good split. So some of my friends went on to be researchers, academia stuff. Some of us went into teaching. But I think a good group also expanded into marketing, advertising, and quite a number of us are in corporate jobs, a good 9 to 5. Um, I think one of our friends went into visual communication as well, and corp comms. But yeah, I think it's just really broad based. So like the course itself was very broad based, so it's very easy to go into different fields. But also like we have a few friends who went into linguistics and realized that after 4 years of studies that you know what, I don't want to teach, I don't want to do research anymore, and they they went to a completely different area. I have one friend, I think she went into physiotherapy. Not sure how that
Uh,
links, but yes, she went into physiotherapy afterwards. She took another course afterwards. But yeah, pretty broad based because I honestly think language is a very big part of life. So it's very easy to just move into different fields accordingly. Yeah.
okay, that is very, very interesting and exciting as well.
Yeah.
Uh, Talking about the current situation, people of your age, your generation, what are the current issues, current problems that they are facing in Singapore?
Ooh. Oh, there's so many right now. Okay. I think right now, we do have quite a big problem with the rising cost of living right now. I mean, it's a global thing, right? But uh, we have recently had quite a bit of inflation over the past 10 years or so. So, like, a bowl of noodles, like 10 years ago, could cost like maybe $2. Now it's like, I think it increased like 300%. So now it's like $6 or $7. It's quite bad. Yeah, it's quite bad. And these like stores that sell these sort of noodles, they are trying to deal with like rising cost of living as well as rising cost of ingredients. So they have no choice but to increase the price. We understand, but right now even rent is increasing. So a lot of these stalls, and a huge part of Singapore culture is the hawker centers. We love our food. Um, we love our food. We love the accessibility we have with food as well. But so in Singapore, we have these areas that are like our street food areas. So there's this whole like building where there's like maybe 50 stores, 50 to 60 stores of street food. And we will just go there. There'll be tables there. We'll eat there. But recently, in the past couple of years, a lot of these store owners have been closing down because of the rising cost of rent and everything. So not only like I feel like the rising cost of living, yes, it's a worry that people my generation have, but also like a small part of me also worries like, is this the end of like my food culture? Like food is a very big thing to me and a lot of people in my generation, so that's why it's like a high priority thing. But like with this, I can't imagine how life is going to be like. Like, will I be able to afford food in the future? If like there won't be, and hawker centers are like cheaper alternatives to like restaurant food. So like if these places are closing down, how am I supposed to feed myself in the future? I can't exactly go to a restaurant every other day. So like, and as in if I don't want to cook, yeah, cooking is always an alternative. But like if I don't want to cook and like I just want to go out and eat, and it's supposed to be like um cheap, it's just a general concern. But also like if we are not talking about food, we're most probably talking about houses. So I think because Singapore has a lack of land, I guess if we could say that. It's land is scarce in Singapore. So obviously housing prices are going to rise. And for like recently, like we so uh, things that Singaporeans have in common, a lot of us we live in HDB apartments. So these are like little apartments that are built like maybe 20, 30 stories tall, and then we just have an apartment on one of the floors. um, so recently like HDB prices in certain areas have been increasing. Some are going like for a really small apartment, like maybe a 3 room apartment, they're going for like $500,000. half a million Singapore dollars. So and it's always increasing. So and it's just not feasible. Like I have one or two friends who actually bought a house in Malaysia and they commute to Singapore every day. So that's like 2 hours of commute, but technically your house is really cheap. So yeah, it is what it is. This is another alternative. If housing prices in Singapore are getting too expensive, I'll probably move over to across the causeway to Malaysia. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah.
I think that's very interesting. Traveling from some neighboring country to
Yeah.
save on the house cost. What I would like to know is some unique aspects of the Singaporean culture.
Okay. So we do like our food, so I'll bring it back to hawker centers. Uh, we have this really fun thing. Okay. So especially when you are in like the central business district, there'll be hawker centers there as well. So a lot of the office workers they will always go to these hawker centers to eat. But the main thing is that there are like lots of office workers in the same area, so that hawker center will be flooded. So how we like reserve our table is we take like a little pack of tissue. It's a thing in Singapore. It's called chopping. So we take a little packet of tissue and we put it on the table, and everybody respects the chop. So this tissue packet once it's on the table, that means you can't touch that table, not at all. If you don't have a piece of tissue, some people they put their your staff ID cards, the ones that are not very important. It doesn't like scan things or anything, but the staff ID cards they'll put it on the table. And there was one time, Singapore is really safe, but it was really funny because I saw like a full iPad on the table. So we are very comfortable in the safety in Singapore, but there was this huge iPad on the table, and they just left it there. Nobody was at the table. They just went to order their food and bring the food back to the table. But yeah, that tells you a lot about our safety as well. Nobody would touch it. Like everyone respects it. It's like a thing. So yeah, chop culture. Chop culture is very important.
And would like to know about how is the social life, parents, and the festivals. If you could throw some light on it.
Okay. In Singapore, because we have four main races, so we do have public holidays associated with it. So I think, if I'm not wrong, each race has like two public holidays that are set aside to be put as public holidays. So for social life, so usually, okay, it depends on whether I have plans, but for most of us, we will probably maybe take dinner with our work colleagues, or maybe it will be quick drinks. So we will have um, like we always joke around that after the end of a good work day, or a very long work day, my group of friends, we will always joke around. We'll always say like, okay, let's go and get a couple of drinks, like maybe a pint at the nearby pub or something, just to like ease out the day. But most of us, I could say for most of the people in my company, most of us we would just go home and have dinner with our families. Like I feel like it's a very big thing here that we always have family dinners. So yeah, it's quite nice. I honestly felt that it's a really like warm feeling to get home to, and you have a nice dinner with your mom and dad, or like with your own families, with your children as well. So very key part. But because like in Singapore, like a lot of like the parents, they are both each family unit is always dual income, because rising cost of living again. So both parents would have to work. So that's why it's always easier to take away food and bring it home, and then we'll eat together as a family. So yeah, so it really ties in with like the hawker center culture because we'll just have our own Tupperware containers. We will bring it to the hawker centers, that sort of thing. And yeah, yes, that's about it for social life, I guess. Weekends, there's always we have quite a few reservoirs in Singapore, um, and it's really beautiful around there. So like for those people who are nature lovers, sometimes on weekends, like you always see families going out to like the beaches or the nature reserves or the reservoirs, and you would see them taking a nice morning stroll around there. It's very calming place to be at. And for I guess people who like a little bit more color and activity, they can always go shopping. And yeah, but yeah, lots of food here in Singapore. So depends on where you would like to go.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Best wishes for your future journey.
Thank you, Dr. Yogesh.